Already breaking stuff and knocking things out of place. We're ending the year exactly where we started the year, making mistakes and improvising. There's so many end of the year videos, and it's really hard to kind of stand out amongst the crowd at this time of the year, especially being a smaller creator. So I thought the approach we would take today would be a little bit different, and I wanted to talk about a little bit how life has been this year and how it has affected what I've played, the games that I played throughout the year, and how they impacted me at certain parts of my life. There's been a lot of changes and transitions. Sorry about the guy street racing outside. You probably heard that over the microphone. But you know, I've lost my job back in February. I talked about that. This year has just been full of transitions of finding another job, that not working out, moving to another position, and I'm finally starting to get settled in and get grounded a little bit, set up for next year. But man, there's been so many trials and tribulations throughout this year, and a lot of these games have had an impact on me and got me through this year. Mentally, emotionally, you name it. I've played so many great titles, and I can't wait to talk about every single one of them today. We're going to be ranking all 24 games that I played from worst to best, and I can't wait to get started. So let's do it. I don't want to take up too much time of your day, so we're only going to spend about 30 seconds on each game. Without further ado, we're just going to get started. I'm going to hit the clock, and we're going to get rolling. Coming in at number 24, we have Gone Home.
Dear Katie, so much has changed. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
And to be honest with you, this game falls towards the bottom because it didn't really resonate with me. I know a lot of people like this game. It's kind of falls in line with your indie walking simulator type of game, known for its atmosphere and storytelling, but it just really didn't resonate with me, and I didn't have too much fun with it. So at number 24, we have Gone Home. Coming in at number 23, we have Doki Doki Literature Club. This is another title that had a lot of hype around it. Supposed to have this huge twist and be scary and all this stuff, and it was just so boring to me. The ending was kind of predictable in a sense, and I just wasn't really feeling this one either. So at number 23, we have Doki Doki Literature Club, which is basically a visual novel with horror aspects, I guess, but you're really just gossiping and talking to different girls in high school, and drama, and somewhat of a twist at the end. So check it out if you want to. Coming in at 22, we have Venma. And this is a cooking game primarily it's basically about a family from India who moves to the United States, and it's a dad who's struggling to kind of adapt to that American life and get his family situated. He has a son that's kind of struggling with his identity and wants to be American, but his family wants him to embrace their Indian culture. And it's a very heartfelt story. And I did enjoy it. The cooking was pretty fun. I've just played a lot of good games this year, so it kind of fell towards the bottom. But this one is pretty interesting and pretty fun. So I would check it out if you're interested in kind of cooking games with a good story attached to it. Venma. Just outside of the top 20, at number 21, we have A Short Hike. This is a title that I originally played when I first got my Switch, and it didn't really grab my attention all too much. I've heard a lot of good things about it. People think it's a good little adventure game. It's another indie title that's beloved by many. I put it down, didn't play too much of it originally, but I went back and actually finished it this past year, and I really enjoyed it. It's got some fun gameplay. It's a very short game. It's a very short hike. It's got a decent little cute story. Fun characters, you know, some fun things to do throughout the game. You can do fishing and various different things, but basically you're climbing a mountain and you collect these feathers and you can fly higher. And it's just it's a fun little indie game. So check it out if you're interested. A Short Hike. At 20, we have Flower. Flower is basically made by the same creators as Journey. You start off as like a little petal and you fly through this world and you collect other flowers and you grow. And it's a beautiful, beautiful visual game. It's very easy to pick up. Me and my wife actually played it and she doesn't even game and she enjoyed it. Very simple, fun, visually pleasing, and just all around pretty good time. So check it out. Flower. Coming in at number 19, we have a highly controversial game, and that's going to be Silent Hill: The Short Message.
I'm sorry. Stop! Please! What did I do to deserve this?
Now, I'm not as critical on this game as others because, for one, it is a free game. I actually thought the Cherry Blossom Monster was pretty cool. I think the biggest aspect people have an issue with this game is it actually doesn't take place in Silent Hill, which kind of goes against everything the franchise is kind of known for in a sense and what Silent Hill kind of stands for and represents. But either way, I thought for a free game, it had its moments. Not the most creative story or dialogue or voice over or anything, but once again, it's a free game. Atmosphere was pretty good. The enemy design was fun, captivating. The puzzles were pretty good, and visually is stunning in my opinion. It's a pretty good looking game. So Silent Hill: The Short Message at number 19. What are we on? We're on number 18. We have The Stanley Parable.
Begin again. Wait, how did you do that?
This is a very interesting game. There is about 1 million different outcomes. Not really, there's probably like a couple hundred or something, but basically there's various different paths that this character can take. You basically wake up in this loop, you work in this office, you do the same thing every day, and all of a sudden you leave the office or leave your office and start exploring, and everything's different and changing, and you can take a different path and it leads to a different outcome. So I thought it was very interesting from that aspect. You know, it's kind of one of those games where I pick up randomly and just choose a different route and see what happens, you know. On that note, it is pretty fun. The story's pretty cool. It has fun narration And I think this one is definitely worth checking out. So check it out, The Stanley Parable. At number 17, we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I played this game on my Switch. I played it on the go a lot. Had that fun, classic arcade feel to it. You know, if you played Turtles in Time or any of those arcades back in the 90s, you're going to absolutely love this one. So if you like beat 'em ups and Ninja Turtles, check this one out, Shredder's Revenge. At number 16, we have The Wolf Among Us.
What kind of monster would do this? I just don't understand.
This thing reaches a lot further than we thought.
Job is to protect us. That's not what you've been doing.
This game caught me completely off guard and was not what I expected at all. If you're familiar with the Telltale series, they also made like the Walking Dead games. You'll really enjoy this one. The story is really unique. It has like a fairy tale aspect to it with like Snow White and yeah, just different characters like that, the huntsman and all these things. But it was pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of a walking simulator detective type game where you piece different clues together and you kind of create different outcomes. Different things happen. I didn't get the greatest ending, but this one was very interesting. Very cool art style too, so check it out if you're interested. The Wolf Among Us. At number 15, we have Far Lone Sails. This is an interesting indie title where basically you have this like ship and you're commuting across the world and you have to feed it, you know, energy and adjust with the wind, and I don't know, it's just a really fun gameplay loop. It sounds stupid and not very interesting at all, but check it out. It has a really cool art style, very relaxing. And these are the games I really got into this year. I really loved these shorter indie titles. They were so much fun and almost like therapy for me and like palate cleansers in between big games. Now we're getting into the top 14. So these are games that started to make a really big impact on me. And at number 14, we have As Dusk Falls. This is another walking simulator type of game.
Yes!
I gotta let him know who's boss, though.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I knew you'd be sensible, but I can't let you get away with that.
Where you're making different decisions based on dialogue and the characters around you, and you can change the outcomes with it. And this one's story was incredible. It was almost like playing out a movie, which sometimes I just enjoy. You know, life can be stressful, things can be hard, and it's nice to sit down and just kind of play almost like a movie you can control. That is so relaxing to me and fun and enjoyable. You know, it's not hard to play. Story's not hard to follow. I liked this one a lot. And the art style was just incredible. Like with a lot of these indie games, they're just so cool, but this one had a really unique art style, As Dusk Falls. Coming in at number 13 is a game that's been talked about a million times and adored by so many, and it's another indie title that I really enjoyed, and that was Journey. This one was just a relaxing little indie game where you're basically commuting through this world, this beautiful world, collecting different puzzles, gaining different abilities to a sense where you can kind of float a little bit higher. There was actually a jump scare in this game that I was not expecting at all, and it actually got me because I wasn't expecting it at all. So Journey definitely lived up to the hype. Some people say this isn't really a game, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. At number 12, we have What Remains of Edith Finch.
But it had to end one way or another.
This one kind of pulled on my heartstrings a little bit. Very hard, not hard, but kind of sad story in a sense, but heartfelt, warm, cozy vibes. It's got that Pacific Northwest feel because it isn't based out of Washington, Anacortes, which is right where I got married pretty much. I loved this game. It had so many different gameplay aspects compared to like Gone Home. Like they had these like mini games where you're doing all these different things and each one was different and unique. The house was fun to explore. The storytelling and the voice acting was incredible. Highly recommend this one. What Remains of Edith Finch. Now I've had the PlayStation 5 for almost 1 year to be exact, so that's going to be represented and kind of why the top 10 is what it is. But at number 10, we have Astro's Playroom. I know Astrobots out right now. Have not picked it up yet because I'm going to wait until it's about $30, $20 and I'll pick it up. But I did play the pack-in title Astro's Playroom and it was absolutely incredible. It's fun to see 3D platformers coming back onto the stage in a main way. And I think this is just healthy and fun for gaming overall to make more fun games. Not everything has to be this huge, serious, epic open world. I think we can shrink things down, have a more condensed thing, and just have fun. And this thing is so nostalgic based. Takes you through like the history of PlayStation. Just a lot of fun. And one of the best free packing games I think ever made. I do apologize, that was not number 10, that was number 11. So now we are in the top 10. And at number 10, we have Resident Evil Director's Cut for the PlayStation 1.
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers. Albert Wesker.
Yes, as a Resident Evil fan, I had never beaten the original Resident Evil until this year, and I'm so glad I finally did it. In my opinion, it still holds up and is a lot of fun. It might not be for most people because of the tank controls and the dated combat and cheesy voice acting, but that's everything I love about Resident Evil. And I'm glad to have that one under my belt. So, Resident Evil Director's Cut. At number 9, we have Bramble the Mountain King. This is a creepy game with a very unique art style, but I really enjoyed it. I know I'm saying that for every single game on here. You're probably tired of hearing me say it, but I did. It was a lot of fun. definitely had some rich horror elements in it and a very dark story. But the gameplay was really fun, challenging at times to a degree, decent boss fights, fun little story. This will be one I revisit every now and then. Coming in at number 8, we have The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, Season 1.
I don't know who you are or what you did, but you better become a better liar and fast.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I wasn't here.
For a walking simulator, this is one of the best ones I've ever played in my life. It did have some fun gameplay elements, and the decisions you made had a huge impact. The story of Clementine, oh man, it was just so good. And I forgot the main character's name. I can't believe I forgot his name. That's gonna drive me nuts. Anyways, the Telltale series, I can't wait to play more of it, but I heard Season 1 is like one of the best ones out of the entire series. I'm glad I jumped into it. I don't even have any interest in The Walking Dead personally, but you don't have to watch the show or know anything about it to enjoy this. So definitely check it out if you have access to, Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. You can get the complete series for pretty cheap, $20 or so. At number 7, we have Mafia 2.
Fat bastard. May my soul burn in hell. Just like this saint. May my soul burn in hell.
Don't kill me! Sorry.
Just like this saint. This has nothing to do with friendship, Vito. This is business.
I've been wanting to play this title for a long time because I love the original game. I've done a Who Remembers on Mafia and Mafia 2. I love the Christmas aspect of it. It can almost be like a Christmas game because it starts off that way with Christmas music and snow. It takes place in the winter time. Story is incredible once again. I love just the Mafia atmosphere. There's a little more dynamic gameplay in this one, a little more things to do, more of an open world than the original. It's just a classic, and I can't wait to jump into the third one, which I've heard mixed reviews on, and then the new one coming out this year, number 4, so I gotta play that soon. At number 6, we have the first game I played this year, and that's Spider-Man 2.
Join us.
He's here.
Fuck down the whole building!
I know I can snap him out of this! We can fight this together!
Spider-Man 2 is an epic adventure in terms of just flying around and the feel of swinging web to web, wall to wall, city to city, skyscraper to skyscraper. It felt so good. But I think I was kind of burnt out on the whole Spider-Man deal by the time I played it because I just played Miles Morales like a month or so before that. But it's an incredible game. It was fun playing as Venom. I still like the original game a little bit better, but that doesn't take anything away from this experience. Spider-Man 2 is still epic and an amazing game. We are now breaking into the top 5, and at number 5 we have Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.
Just end it right here. There's gotta be another way. I need you on this one.
What an epic end to this saga of Nathan Drake. Well, possibly could be an end. I don't really know. I really enjoyed it. I'm a kind of a newer Uncharted fan. I've recently played all the games in the last 2 years. But I do enjoy it. They're a lot of fun. I love Naughty Dog as a whole. I think they're excellent in terms of storytelling, gameplay, creating environments and atmospheres that are just really fun to experience. So if you haven't played Uncharted 4, give it a whirl, or any of them for that matter. You can get the Nathan Drake collection for dirt cheap too. At number 4, we have a title that was my game of the year for most of the year until I played a few more games, and that's going to be A Plague Tale Requiem.
I'm sorry for, well, everything.
I'm a huge fan of this series. Alicia and Hugo is one of the best stories in all of gaming. I love the Plague Tale series as a whole. If you're into kind of, how would I describe this game? I don't know. You know, in terms of like storytelling, it's up there with like The Last of Us. It really is that damn good. A Plague Tale Requiem. Play Innocence too. They are both incredible games and an amazing series. At number 3, we have a title that I should have played a long time ago, but I just got around to it this year, and that's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Listen to me. When the time comes,
You gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
It's worth the hype. It lives up to everything I've heard in terms of the like most realistic gameplay and environment of an open world I've ever played. You can practically do anything in this game. There are endless possibilities and things to do. The story of Arthur Morgan is absolutely heartbreaking and just incredible and just grabs you and just sucks you in. It starts off slow, but give it a chance and stay with it. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best games I've ever played. Coming in at number 2, almost taking the top spot, we have Final Fantasy VII, the remake.
A long time ago I made a promise, so...
I'm really glad to have you back, Cloud. Really glad.
Finally got around to playing it. It's my first Final Fantasy game. I played a little bit of the original and I absolutely loved it. I loved this game. I love the characters. The gameplay is a lot of fun. It's got that Devil May Cry aspect to it. You're just on this epic adventure with lovable characters, fun characters, the fate of the world at your hands. And man, I'm jumped into Rebirth now. I'm about 10 hours into Rebirth. And if I would have finished it this year, it'd probably be my game of the year because it is incredible. And I'm just getting lost in all the side quests and everything. I don't even do side quests. And I'm doing like all of them in Rebirth. Playing the stupid card game and you name it. So loving this series as a whole. And I'm definitely a Final Fantasy fan now. And at number 1, to no surprise for me, is Silent Hill 2, the remake.
I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please. No, please.
This game is just absolutely incredible. Bluebird team did such an amazing job recreating this masterpiece and making it even better. All the things that I didn't really have any issues with the original. I just played it, a couple years ago, so I'm pretty new to the series overall. I mean, I played the original when I was a kid, and I've kind of dabbled in a few of them. I have number 3, but I'm kind of a casual Silent Hill fan. I am rocking the Pyramid Head shirt, though. Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, the original and the remake. I just think this story is incredible of James. Everything that Bluebird team did with this game, taking a masterpiece and absolutely making it better when everyone was being so hypercritical of them and really doubting them before the thing even came out. I love it. I love that it just blew people out of the water, and I'm happy that it's doing so well because I want to see more of them. Couldn't say anything more about Silent Hill 2 though. I mean, I just did a review on it, so you can go check out that if you want a more in-depth look into my thoughts on it. But that's going to close out every game that I played this year from first to last. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving and happy holidays. You know, we got Christmas coming up and New Year's. I'm very excited about next year. Thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all have a great end of the year, and so thankful for all the support you've shown me throughout this year, the connections I've made through the comments. Keep it going. Keep watching, keep tuning in. We got a lot of things planned ahead. Make sure you vote on the Who Remembers polls that I'm putting up. At the time of this recording is poll number 1. And for the next 4 weeks, I'll be putting out 1 poll per week where you can vote on the game that you want to see played for my Who Remembers series next year. There's going to be 6 games total taken from, I can't remember, I think there's like 20 games that I'm having you vote on. So I'm excited for that, excited for the future, and excited to have you here. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next year. Stay blessed.